Hello everybody, so this is going to be a bit of a different type of video. So basically around a month ago, give or take, I was banned on the Queer Sanctuary Discord server for basically they thought I was faking dissociative identity disorder, or DID. Basically it's known as multiple personality disorder, OSDD1P, what the hell ever. It's 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 stupid to think that I was banned because they thought I was faking such a horrible disorder. Now, I have a post that I put on Trevor Space up. I'll leave the link to it in the description and in stuff like that. This is going to go on every place I can post it, every place that I can try to post it, and I'm going to make sure that people see this because the Queer Sanctuary is a corrupt Discord server. It is a server that people have been going on for a while. I was staff on this server, so let me just get right into the meat and potatoes of this. So we're just going to go on to Trevor Space here. And basically, what we're going to do is I'm just going to scroll up, then I'm going to go in order. So basically, this is exposing the Queer Sanctuary server and more specifically, the user Spooky Cupcake, or the Hugs for Bugs system as they're also known as. So I'm just going to read this out. I'm just going to read this because it'll make more sense, and then I'll go into more detail later. Hey everyone, so about a month ago, I was showing symptoms of DID. I am still showing symptoms. I decided that I would change my Discord name and start using PluralKit in result of this. I also went to my psychiatrist, and they said they could not diagnose me until my parents consented to testing and get the diagnosis. Now, if you ever see my other posts on my parents, you can know that they are pieces of garbage and, as expected, refused to get a diagnosis for me. But my psychiatrist wrote a note for my job, so they can keep an eye out for my alters. Right after that, literally less than 24 hours later, I saw that Spooky Cupcake DM'd me after I said in General 1 that I possibly had DID. Now, they said that if I was a mixed origin system, and actually, I'm going to scroll down and I'll put it right here, or an endogenic or mixed origin system, they would ask me to leave the server. Keep in mind that I'm a moderator on that server with a perfect record and a great friendship with the staff. I am not a mixed origin system, and I've had trauma since I was 4 years old from my dad and mom. I couldn't remember with the endogenic or the mix-it, so I just put one of them, and I didn't want to be wrong, so there is technically two things that they said I could not be, which is extremely rude. I told them this, and they said that's fine, and I could stay. The day of sending that message, though, I was grounded for 4 days. Then, upon getting ungrounded, I was banned from both Spooky server, also known as the Unicorn Cafe, and the Queer Sanctuary. But the kicker was that there was no ban message. I frantically DM'd Nico, who is a staff on TQS. But even they didn't know I was banned. This will come up later. Then I asked, that's supposed to say I, and then I asked, they came back with an hour later with this message. They were on a few days ago. They've also interpreted DID to mean what they want. They took the templates from my server, and the way their alters act isn't possible in any way, shape, or form. There are just too many inconsistencies. It's only a little. We don't tolerate that behavior here. I've had multiple singles complain / report all of this. Also, this ban will not be removed. The higher staff have thoroughly discussed the reports and came to a decision this morning. Okay. I'm not going to read this part because frankly I want to put it in my own words instead of reading something that took me almost an hour to type out. Okay. First of all, basically, when you are accusing someone of faking a mental disorder, you have to have viable proof. I got no proof of this. Zero. Zilch, nada, nada. And it's literally just they decided to ban me off of something that one person, and now they say that multiple singlets complained about this, but they never told me. I got no, zero report of this. I got no warning. I got no way to plead my case. I got nothing. Which, in my eyes, I believe that Spooky lied about this because, and I can provide some proof of this, because what happened was whenever I joined the server on my, or not joined, it's been in the server, when I switched to my alt account for situations like this, I basically found that Jacob, Jacob, Spooky, and a bunch of the high staff who were just thoroughly discussing me were not even on. And the last time they were on, Spooky was appearing offline. I can guarantee that. But the last time that Jacob was on, which is the owner of the server, was like, I don't know, a day and a half prior. And that basically means that Jacob got none on this, which basically means that they didn't even know what was going on. Either they could be appearing offline, I just didn't know. That's also possible. Odin was also not on for probably a week. Like, I don't see Odin on almost ever, which he is a high staff. And the funniest thing that I find about this is that Spooky thinks that they can provide all the, they can, it's stupid, because they think they can take someone's mental health and think it's all the same. That's not how that works. According to the Mental Health Center, I'm kind of using this as my post as a speaking point, is that when someone has symptoms of DID, they can have 2 to like infinity amount of alters. Now, this was taken straight from a World Health, like mental health organization known as the Mental Health Center. It's mainly based in the US, but yeah. Basically, they said that you can have a 2 to unlimited amount of alters. Even my psychiatrist was able to back this up. And the fact that Spooky thinks that that having 6 alters isn't like, they say 6 alters isn't like out of the ordinary, or they say it is out of the ordinary, when really that is well within 2 to infinity. It makes zero sense that Spooky would, or it makes complete sense because Spooky has something against me, but I really just think that Spooky needs to come clean and say that they are wrong because, for one, and considering I spent more time in research than I did actually suffering from the disorder, I spent weeks, I'd say weeks, on researching this and trying to get appointments with therapists, getting appointments with psychiatrists, and just doing research in general on DID, on how it works, before I even came close to making a decision on this. And when I did make a decision, that's when my alters revealed themselves to me. That always happens. Well, not always, but a good majority of the time they reveal themselves once they know that, yeah, there's no point in, like, when the way DID works is that it's caused by trauma. It splits. The brain splits. And that's when it happened. It's like when the trauma finally caught up to me and I had my second suicide attempt, my brain split. It's figurative, obviously, but it's the mental capacity splits. That's basically what DID is. It splits between 2 to unlimited amount of people, or alters. And I just think that Spooky is stupid for thinking that everyone is the same when it comes to that, because, and they say that singlets complained about this. I don't know about that. Just because the fact that I would have saw that, if they did complain, unless it was a DM, which it's entirely possible that it was, but it's, unless it was on Spooky's Spooky server where Spooky is owner, then I would then I would be willing to bet that is incorrect because unless they can provide viable proof that someone DM'd Spooky or the higher staff about this, then it's incorrect because I have they have zero proof of it. And I got no proof. I got no ban message. I got zero chance to plead my case, which, by the way, incredibly rude, and that will fail you in life. And I'm done with being shafted. I was literally shafted on this, and the fact that they don't think I get a deserved chance to talk is the reason I'm making this video. It's because I'm sick and tired of them just shitting on the fact, excuse my language, shitting on the fact that I'm a human too. I have mental disorders that everyone else that not everyone else, but people have, and it's stupid to think that some idiot like Spooky can say, "Oh, this is how your mental disorder works." Hell no, that's not how that works. So, hard trigger. I mean, it's just I really wanted to make this video because I don't think that people should be accusing other people of faking a mental disorder, and also that can technically be classified as an endogenic phobia, like endophobe. That's what when someone on TS said. It's like, yeah, that's an endophobe, and they're highly frowned upon. So I'm not saying that you can't be an endophobe, but I'm just saying that you will be hated on for that. I won't say will, but I mean it's entirely possible that you could be hated on for that. So yeah, I'm sick and tired of being shafted on this, and yeah, see y'all later, and have a good night.